Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more BattleTech. Well, we have a fair few contracts here, and I guess it's probably only the right thing to do is to get started on getting all of this work done. I think we're going to take the majority of the contracts. Some of them should be relatively quick, and some of them will pay out rather nicely. So, first things first, we're going to go for some nice, easy work today. We're going to go ahead and find a lost heir of sorts. So it's a recovery mission, and it's in the jungle. So let's go ahead and just jump on in. It's not going to be particularly hard for us to take out. It does impact our reputation with the pirate organization, but I don't think that there's enough here for us to really lose out on, and we can make it back fairly well in the what do we call it? In the rest of the contracts. So, you know what? For this one, I was going to go for money, but 200,000 is particularly dodgy. I'm thinking we go ahead and we pick up salvage. I think selling a mech is going to be worth more than what they're offering otherwise. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do. This is one skull, so it's not exactly too difficult. Let's bring... Do we need to bring too much, or are we good as is? We've got our crab, griffin, and our phoenix hawk and archer. Yeah, you know what? I think that seems perfectly acceptable. Let's just go ahead and jump on in and see what we can find. Although, come to think about it, maybe we should have gone with maybe a different mech for some extra salvaging. But you know what? It'll be fine. Between the crab, the crab should be pretty good, and well, either way, some bits and pieces should be decent enough. But either way, enough of me talking. Let's see exactly what the contract says. Okay, so we need to go ahead and retrieve the Canopian VIP and escape. So the scion of a Canopian mercantile concern has been missing for months. We suspect a kidnapping by the pirates, but there's been no ransom demand. A local group of sympathizers on Tiverton recently picked up a garbled message from the scion indicating that she's being held in a pirate facility there. Our intel failed to trace her to Tiverton, so any loyal mechs are several jumps away. We need your help to extract her. Okay, fantastic. Easy and straightforward, or at least theoretically. The straightforward retrieval: locate the VIP and get to the evac zone. First step, find our target in the location of the last known signal, and extract safely, keeping the mech carrying the VIP in one piece. Best of luck, Commander.
Perhaps we'll find a lost civilization here.
Alright, well, let's have a bit of a look. What have we got around here? We have some spore fields, okay, noted. And a fair decent chunk of cover. Alright, well, I'm definitely not upset that I brought the archer. That's definitely going to be helpful. Let's see, is there any other way up here? It looks like... it's going to have to be straight up here. We might need to use some of our jump jets as well. But we do have sensor contact with a 35-ton mech. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and see what we can see. Hang on a second. Let's grab the griffin and pop you over there.
I'm walking here.
And our phoenix hawk, you know what? It's not going to make a big difference. Let's just move. Alright, so... any other enemies that we are not yet aware of?
Time to earn our money.
Okay, answer seems yes, and I'm pretty sure I saw an ECM bubble go off right over here, so that is definitely a thing. We'll go ahead and reserve. It looks like they've all had their turn. Let's see, our archer, let's move you up into... oh no,
Yes,
wait
Commander.
a second, we'll move the crab first. We go ahead and jump up there. In fact, oh, we could jump all the way up here, and that seems like a decent play. Let's go ahead and try that out. Alright, we can't see anything quite yet. There's the 35, a 20, and a 30. Let's brace for impact. Or maybe, hang on a second. Who else have we got? We've got Cheese Goblin, and who have we got there? Archangel. Okay, both of which do not have any sensor locks, so you know maybe it is going to be somewhat necessary. Let's go ahead and see if we can ping the 35-ton mech and figure out what's going on. Maybe we can send some LRMs. Oh yes, and it is a Raven. Alright, and we were so close to that bubble. Alright, well then,
Let's do this.
let's get the Archer moving. We'll go ahead and move on up. Let's just go ahead and open fire. I'm not really too concerned what happens here. If it gets destroyed, I'm not exactly upset.
Target confirmed.
Alright, and structure is already exposed, which is very nice. And it looks like that is the side with the electronic warfare equipment. Very, very good.
I await your command.
Alright, so our Griffin, let's see, jump jets. Are that going to get us where we want to go? Not quite, but I guess we can go as far as we can. Yeah, sprinting is about the same as using our jump jets, so let's use those.
Jumping.
That way we can at least go ahead and brace for some extra damage reduction.
Commander.
And then Cheese Goblin. What do we see over here? Not as much as I would prefer. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll jump up over here. We'll give them a second target to aim at other than just the crab. I'm sure we'll get nice and close on the next turn. So let's go ahead and brace.
Oh yeah, it's on.
And see how this goes. Alright, so 3 mechs around. Oh, okay. Using their turn to sensor lock us. Interesting. Yes, sending out that pulse. And then what have we got? Another 30 and a 20 ton.
Receiving you.
Okay, let's bring... Well, you know what? I think the crab could be an alright choice here. Maybe we can see if we can scrap some of these mechs.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, the Griffin. Let's see. How close can you get? You can get pretty close to destroying some of this stuff. Yeah, I guess that could be good. In fact, you know what we'll do? We'll see if we can destroy the, yeah, let's see if we can destroy that Raven with the Griffin.
Behold, I take flight.
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump up, take flight, and see if we can remove this thing from existence. It's pretty decent damage. We are, of course, hitting that, that protected side, unfortunately, but you know what? It's not that big of a deal. Open fire. Alright, well, he's not feeling too good.
I like that shot.
Given a pilot injury, it's now very close to destruction.
Yes,
That Archer
Commander.
should be able to handle that quite comfortably for us. Oh, we don't actually get... Oh, wait a second. Yeah, we still have those penalties. We need a direct line of sight, or we need it to be pinged.
Standing by.
Alright, so then, if that's the case, let's move...
You have orders?
You know what? I think we might try out the... Yeah, let's go ahead and try out the Phoenix Hawk. We'll go ahead and jump on up. We'll see if we can take care of this straight away. We'll go for a precision strike and see if we can take the pilot out. Let's see, what do we need? We need 30, 43. We'd need 2 hits to the head. I guess it's possible, or we could just take out the side torso and that would also fix things. So you know what? That seems good enough.
You should have never come. That would be a kill.
Alright, so it looks like that is the cascading
Waiting
damage
for
there.
orders.
Let's move the... Yeah, let's move the Archer up. I don't think that there's any other choices. Oh, actually, no, what we're going to do, because of the evasion of things, let's go ahead and we'll go for a multi-target. We'll send the LRMs to the back and the SRMs to the one at the front. Any damage is good damage.
Multiple targets.
Alright, so that'll work, and then... I guess we'll just have to see if we can now take
Receiving
another
you.
precision strike here. Let's move our crabber up and we'll target the... You know what, I reckon the Javelin's probably the better choice, all things considered. Yeah, let's move up as far as we can and see if we can get any better percentages. looks like that won't change, so we'll maintain cover. And we'll go for that precision strike there. Javelin's not worth too much, but
Firing all weapons.
it could be worth something.
Inflicted some heavy damage. It is go time.
Alright, so what have we got? The fleas moving around. Yep, no surprises there, firing off that flamer of theirs.
Light damage, Commander.
Yeah, definitely light damage. So,
Yes, boss.
let's bring...
Standing by.
Oh, you know what? I don't even think we really need to move Big Man around all that much. We can just go ahead and take some more shots at the Javelin. Let's see, it's only got 26 points of structure. We could easily destroy this. Let's go.
Roger that. Damn, let's do this.
Alright, well, I guess we're not salvaging that.
How's it going?
We might need to take some other methodologies into consideration. Let's go ahead and we'll quickly use our jump jets. We'll do a quick swing around. In fact, hang on a second. We want it to be nice and close, but we also wouldn't mind some cover. Yeah, here we go. Let's go ahead and we'll jump up over there. We'll try and line it up so we have the highest probability of the headshot. Let's see what we can do.
As you wish.
Well, that did it.
Mech destroyed.
And we are out of combat. Alright, so we've still got a little bit more to do. Let's see. Let's bring the archer around
Moving
there.
to
We'll
position.
bring the crab up through here.
Coordinates received.
Now what, the griffin can just move there,
Moving
and
to
our
position.
phoenix hawk. Oh, never mind. You're in the area of the last known signal. Hold position and give the VIP a chance to board one of your mechs. Alright, well then, we'll see what happens in the next turn. They might send it... Oh,
Commander.
okay. Never mind. No reinforcements. Well, I was kind of hoping that we were going to have some level of reinforcements just so we could try and salvage something a bit better, but I guess that was not going to be. So 16,000 sea bills, incredibly poor. We can at least take a full... what do we go with? I will take the heaviest tonnage there. We've got 2 more afterwards. Nothing worth collecting. Alright, well maybe we can finish off a flea. And we can. Okay, so you know what? That should pretty much make up for the pay that we didn't get. And some extra salvage there will not hurt. Everything else is just, well, more or less a waste. Yeah. Well, I was thinking when we saw that there was so much salvage that we could have potentially been getting reinforcements. I do know that they often do give us a bit more salvage with reinforcements in the mission, but at the same time too, it is a gamble at the end of the day. So that just is what it is. Alright, so either way, that's the easiest one done and dusted. Nice and simple for us. We'll go ahead and we'll get that ready to sell at a later date. Let's head back on into our contract, and I think we're going to go for a nice battle here. Look at that, 1.289 million sea bills. So, given the fact that it's relatively low salvage, well, it's only 1 mech, it's only 2 skulls, I think we go ahead and we see if we can take them out and make some money. I'm hoping for reinforcements on this one. If we can, that would be great. If not, oh well. Let's go ahead and accept. And this time around though, given it is a little bit more dangerous, let's bring out the Marauder. I think that is the way that we will play that. We'll keep the Griffin, we'll keep the Crab, and we'll go ahead and see about eliminating some enemies just that little bit quicker. So let's go ahead and jump back on in. I think that's a good way to play. Okay, so for this one, our objective is to destroy the Pirate Lance. We believe there is a Pirate Lance operating on Tiverton within a region we control. All local government operations are at risk as long as this lance is allowed to move unimpeded. Patrol the area, find the enemy lance, and eliminate it. Alright, well, this ought to be a straightforward battle, Commander. Finding a military lance in a backwater like this should be no challenge at all. Well, let's hope he's right.
Command interface initiated.
Commander, the engine signatures I'm getting from these guys are bigger than I was expecting. You got eyes on the targets, Maya? What are we dealing with here? I'll see what I can do, but in the meantime, be careful. Okay, so we might actually be a little under tonnage then if these guys are in assault mechs, but we'll see what we can come up with. Let's see, we could take some cover up over here. We could swing our way across. You know what? I think this just might be the direction we need to travel just for a degree of safety. Good thing is we have our Marauder, so we should be able to salvage some things.
I'm walking here.
Or put them down nice and quickly, whichever one takes our fancy. Again, just because we do not have much in the way of salvage rights doesn't mean that we get no salvage at all. It's just drastically reduced.
Time to earn our money.
Alright, so you've got a 50-ton mech there. That's a-okay. Let's bring the Marauder forwards a tad. What's this? 45-ton mech? Okay, not the worst. What about you, my friend, with the crab? Let's go... You know what? I'm kind of curious to get eyes on... Yeah, let's run with it and see what we can see. Oh, and there are the others. So the first one here is a Centurion, but it's in pretty rough condition. There's a 55-ton mech, a 20-ton mech, and a 45-ton mech. Okay, well that is... actually, surprisingly, not that bad. I was expecting something a little bit more. You know what? That's fine. If they have reinforced... Oh, wait a second. Hey, XO, I've got a Leopard inbound to the battlefield with Marek markings. We expecting company? No, we aren't, Commander. Heads up, you might have additional hostiles headed your way. Okay, well then, you know what? We're going to have to be prepared for this. Alright, let's go ahead and...
Let's do this.
What to move first? I'm thinking... Oh, we could go ahead and destroy that thing. We've got a pretty solid shot right there.
Standing by.
We've also got our crab. Got some good choices there. You know what? Well, let's go ahead and reserve. We've got solid evasion right now. We're in the marsh. We're going to be hard to topple if they can try and do anything like that. But I'm pretty content with what they'll be firing at us for now. Nothing too ridiculous in the order of weapons. Yeah, alright. Very, very good. And then I think what we'll do is we'll try and back on up. And we'll put the Marek Lance between us and the pirates. And then we'll see with what we're dealing with.
Receiving you.
So, let's go ahead and... let's bring you up into the... Oh, here we go. We'll go ahead and jump so we can pick our facing. We can even go ahead and put some shots on some targets if we desire. Yeah, I think that seems fair. Let's go ahead and move up and back. And then, let's see. Are we happy with this, or do we want to go for a precision strike? Well, he's only got 38 points of structure. I think we'll just leave it be for now. Let's just open fire. In fact, if we keep the large pulse... Yeah, there we go. If we turn that off, we can stay heat neutral. I'm not exactly looking to kill right here, but I'd rather put on some damage than do nothing at all. So we'll go ahead and we'll fire our shots and we'll see what we can expose.
Commander.
The archer, let's go ahead and back on up a little bit further. We'll follow with, let's see, that Centurion's got a pretty weak looking leg. Yeah, you know, let's make this thing an easy target. Let's open fire. Alright, and it does not look like we took out that leg. It looks like the torso instead. That is not exactly what I wanted. I wanted to try and take out that leg and bait them into shooting at him. But that will be, well, whatever it is. Let's jump and move all the way back. We've got some pretty decent range. It'll be fine. Yeah. Let's see. Do we target this and destroy it, or do we maybe go ahead and put some fire on the Griffin back there? You know what? We could probably... Again, I don't want to destroy this just yet. I kind of want to keep him as a... as a decent opportunity for the others to attack. So, you know, let's just go ahead and fire at the Griffin. There we go. We'll make that slightly more targetable for the others. Alright, and as for Rannick, I really don't feel like destroying things, but you know what? We're going to go ahead and move back here, and we're going to...
Copy that.
we're going to brace for any impact. There we go. I think that's the way that we should play. Alright, told you monitoring local government comms would pay off. That looks like walking salvage, lads. Mercenary Commander, eject your people and leave the mechs. You'll be allowed to live. Commander, this just got complicated. Engage the new targets and let our employees know their comms are compromised. Alright, and what do we see? Well, there's a Griffin, a Shadow Hawk, a Spider. Looks like it's being shot from the back or the side. Either way, that thing's not long for the world. Okay, looks like they're taking defensive positions. Yeah, okay. We can handle this relatively well. We're definitely in the fray, though. So let's see. Griffin 1N with the PPC and LRM-10 and Shadowhawk 2D. Alright then. Well,
Yes, boss.
what to do? Let's go ahead and... You know what? I think what we do here is we step... Maybe we step back down and then just eliminate the Griffin? Yeah, I think the Griffin's a good first port of call. The Spider, not super concerned with the two medium lasers. It technically could get through some of our rear armor if it focuses it down, but I think we will be good. Yeah, I think I'd prefer to take out that Griffin. Yeah, okay, it doesn't look like we can go for that Shadowhawk. Maybe we should have gone for that instead, but you know, it's fine. Open fire.
Here it comes.
Alright, so that's going to be an injury or two. He's definitely slowing down. Yep, down to an initiative of 1. So he's practically toast. Centurion pouncing on the opportunity. Excellent, this is what we want. If they can focus on each other, they're not focusing on us. Let's see.
Orders?
Our crab, we can probably back on up and maybe take out the Griffin. We could also maybe destroy the Spider. That's actually not the worst. Yeah, you know what? As much as the yeah, I don't care about the Griffin. It's going to stand up. It's not going to have the movement. We can just go ahead and get on out of here. Let's see. This thing's got 2 medium lasers. Yeah, this is fine. Let's go ahead and move back here. We're going to stay nice and protected with some of these things. We'll chuck on that pulse laser again. 70%. Not quite where I'd prefer it, but you know what? Maybe we do. I'm very tempted for that. That is some potential salvage. I know we're not here for salvage, but at the same time too, it's not the end of the world. You know what? It's fine. Let's just get rid of the Spider before it has a chance to be a nuisance.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
With that large pulse laser, we should do some significant damage to that thing. We can probably follow it up with some stuff in a minute. That Griffin is going to definitely be wailed on by the other enemies. I'm not sure what they've got there for the 45-tonner, but
Goods to go.
it's not going to make too much of
Will
a
be done.
difference. Let's bring... Yeah, here we go. Let's go ahead and stand back. We'll go ahead and place... Maybe the machine guns, the Narc beacon, and then maybe the rest on the Spider, or maybe we focus on... You know what? Let's focus on the Shadowhawk. Yeah, that's what we'll do.
Daniel.
Alright, so we'll stand backwards. We'll go ahead and we'll target this predominantly. Oh, apparently that's still within range of our machine guns. Huh. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and put the Narc beacon on this thing. And then we'll let the SRM-6 do its work. Hang on a second. Let's just double check. You know what? The MGs are probably fine to send in his direction as well. And then... all 70%. Alright, well, you know what? We'll make do with what we've got. There we are. That should be a decent salvo against both.
Affirmative.
Alright, so we've already destroyed one of his heat sinks. The spider. How did we go? Okay, we did get that narc attached, which is
Reporting critical
excellent.
hit.
Alright, that will do very nicely. Let's see what these guys are doing. LRMs to the Griffin. Going for that left arm. Okay. A curious choice. But that's fine.
Standing by.
Alright, let's get our archer back a little bit. 95% on all of those. Could do some damage against him. Alright, let's just go ahead and back on up a little bit.
Moving out.
That spider is looking at, what, 61 points of damage. That SRM-6 can do 72. Alright, you know what we're doing? We're going to go ahead and split the difference. I'm not hugely concerned if we destroy it or not, but at the same time too, it wouldn't be bad. We're going to send the LRM-20 and the LRM-15 at the Shadowhawk. Between the 5 and the SRM-6, we should do a good chunk of damage. At the end of the day, this thing is tagged, so that's an extra 75% damage, which is a decent chunk when you're in a spider.
Got it.
Alright, and there we go. That is the first one down. And a very solid salvo in the second. Okay, let's see what this Griffin does. He is not going to be close enough to do anything this turn, I believe. Yeah, he has not got the movement to be able to get into melee. Alright, let's see what this little locust does. Put some pot shots on that Shadowhawk. And missing the Griffin. Okay. Let's see, what have they got? They have their spider. Okay, shooting us on the side. That's a-okay. And then what do we see? Alright, not too much else. So, what have we got? We've got a Griffin that still needs a turn. A Centurion that's rather beat up. That 45-ton mech with a couple of LRMs. The Locust with the SRMs. Okay, and then what have we got? Shadowhawk. Very close to death. And the Griffin also very close to death. And a spider that we can eliminate relatively easily. Alright then, well, if that's the case, I'm thinking...
Good to go.
Let's bring the crab back just a small fraction. We'll go ahead and... I think we send a single shot to the Shadowhawk, see if we can core it. Yeah, that should be fine. So that's, yeah, any of the medium lasers. The Griffin here, we can send maybe a couple more, and then maybe one extra to just put damage on the, what do we call it, that spider there. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So let's go ahead and step back for a second. And we'll see what we can do. So, yeah, A, B, and C. Nothing too crazy there. Let's see what we can make happen.
Engaging multiple targets.
Alright, that Griffin is down. That spider will still stand, we know that for sure. And then the Shadowhawk. We must not have hit that center torso, but that's okay. That is okay. Alright. Looks like the pirates will get that sorted for us. Okay, well then, let's bring... we've got our archer and the marauder. You know what? Let's march on up. Pretty much everything is safe here. We're going to go ahead and obliterate. Ooh, actually, you know what? 50%. 55. You know what? Sure, that seems good enough to me. Let's go ahead for the high ground.
Heading out.
We'll see if we can get that Centurion to cease to exist. Although, you know what? That damage... Maybe the Griffin would be the better call. You know what? We'll go for the Griffin. That'll be fine. 35%. Let's see how that goes. Well, not quite what I was aiming at.
Hostile eliminated.
But we did remove it from the equation, so I guess we'll go with a task failed successfully. And it's a Vindicator. Oh, Oh, alrighty-o. So that's what we're dealing with back there. Yes. Alright, well...
Standing by.
Let's see. What have we got?
Standing
You know
by.
what? The Griffin we could probably put into a decent position. Let's see. We have Archangel here. If we were to shoot, we cannot quite target him. We could maybe put a little bit of damage here. Maybe focus the rest on the Locust. Yeah, okay. You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and we'll move on up.
On my way.
We'll split. It's so close to. It's not. Doesn't take that much to destroy this thing. All right. I guess we'll go with the machine guns and the narc beacon, and then the SRMs can go. You know, we'll send one SRM-6 over here. We've got a slightly better chance of doing some damage. And, yeah, that's 1, 2, 3. I think that's not too shabby. Actually, you know what? Let's just send most of the SRMs there. We'll send some down there. We'll scatter shot the Locust. And those between that and the ER medium lasers will definitely make that thing particularly weak.
Roger that.
Alright, so there goes an arm and a torso. Yep, as I said, not very strong. That spider did survive, but it does have that narc
I think
attached.
things are going swimmingly. Don't
Alright,
you?
that is perfectly fine. We'll go ahead and we'll clear that up with the... Oh! I was about to say with the archer, but they almost tried to steal our kill. Alright then, well, I guess if that's how you want to play, we can deal with that. Yeah, 5 points of structure.
Good to go.
Incredibly slim. Let's go ahead and go for a multi-target option here. Let's go ahead and we'll send the SRMs at the Spider, the rest at the Centurion. I think that that is going to be the... Oh no, hang on a second. He cannot currently shoot. Not at both of them, so I guess we'll step back. There we go, and now we can multi-target. LRMs here, SRMs there. Let's roll.
Confirm.
Alright, ammo explosion, torso destroyed, center melted. Yeah, there we go.
Hostile eliminated.
Excellent. So, not as concerning as I was initially thinking. I was thinking that we might have been up against at least a 70-ton mech or higher. I was thinking, you know, maybe like a Warhammer or,
Receiving you.
I don't know, something else. But either way, it does not look like that is an actual concern for us.
Orders.
Let's bring the Marauder down and we will... Actually, you know what? Maybe we let the Vindicator just have a second to itself.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, let's just bring the Crab forwards. Let's go ahead and we'll put some pot shots in on the Locust.
Position confirmed.
And we'll see what trouble we can cause. We only need one of them to hit more or less. And we hit with the heaviest one first. That will certainly do it.
Target neutralized.
Alright, one more mech. It does get its turn. It looks like it's going for a Death of Glory facing us, but it's not going to really do too well. We're going to...
Waiting for orders.
we're going to definitely be able to deal with this. So, let's move on.
Waiting for orders.
Actually, hang on a second. What have we got? 45%. How close can we get? Just any little bit will help.
I'm receiving you.
Alright, well then, you know, let's go ahead and we'll move on up. We'll send...
Moving to
You know,
position.
let's just go ahead and strip off some of this stuff. We'll go ahead and... there we go. We'll send the Narc Beacon. If it lands, that's fantastic. That'll make it a little bit easier to target. Gets rid of some
Commander.
evasion.
Commander.
We'll go with... okay, there's only just the two of them left.
Yes, Commander.
Alright then, well... Let's go ahead and see what we can find. 45, 50... 45, okay, well then I guess we'll take the 50 then. And then we'll see what we can do damage-wise. Let's go for that precision strike. And what do we have to drop off? Maybe 2 medium lasers? I think that's fair. Let's go for the headshot.
Engage.
And there we have it.
That's a kill.
Alright, well I suppose that's a good lesson to learn. On a patrol, anything can happen. Let's debrief in orbit, Commander.
Mission successful.
Alright, well that is what we want. A successful mission. That is very good indeed. Okay, so you know what? We're still doing pretty good for time at the moment. I'm thinking maybe we'd go ahead and we squeeze on in one more mission. Oh, and we don't even get a bonus for destroying that extra lance. Well, I'm glad we're getting paid as much as we are. Otherwise, I would be severely disappointed. Alright, there we go. 2 heat sinks and a jump jet. So much for making all of that salvage. Again, it's not that it was really here nor there. But, you know, the more salvage of mech parts we create, the more probable it is that we will get part of a mech. Or at least, that is the hope. But again, you can never change what the dice does roll. Alrighty-o. So then, let's go ahead and we'll see about one final mission. I'm thinking... what do we want? Actually, you know what? I cannot quite remember. Let's just have a... oh, and we should quickly check on our barracks before I forget. We're still working on Cosmo's skills at the moment. He's almost there. Okay. Couple more missions and we can boost up those final ones. That said, if you are interested in BattleTech and would like to submit a pilot to join us on the Argo, we are still accepting character submissions. As you can see, we need a first name, a last name, as well as a call sign, and we can hire you on, and yeah, you can join on in the shenanigans. Alright, so you know what, as I said, we don't have too long, but I think we could maybe handle, let's see, a recovery mission, another direct battle, another battle. Okay, so we've got a couple of battles going on, a base defense as well. That can take a little bit of time. I'm thinking, let's go ahead and we'll pick up this recovery mission in the tundra. 2 skulls, nothing too crazy. Salvage wise, I don't know, let's see, we could sell off maybe a 50-ton mech if we're lucky. That's probably worth, what, about $500,000? Okay, so then if that's the case, considering the money is so low, we'll just go ahead and we'll go for the recovery mission instead. Yeah, and we'll focus in on the salvage. After all, we're here for the money, and sometimes that takes different forms. And I think we'll run with the same crew as that last one. That worked out pretty good. The Archer's handy, the Marauder's good at taking its shots. The Crab's got a couple of decent direct weapons, and this Griffin can just annihilate if we so desire. I think that works perfectly well. Alrighty, so for this final mission, our objective is to retrieve the Magistrary's double-crossing scientist and escape. A scientist for a Canopian conglomerate has turned industrial spy for a rival corporation from the Turians. From the Taurians. He was privy to numerous industrial secrets that we would prefer not to fall into our competitors' hands. The Taurian leadership has offered to sell her back, but we intend to use the false hope of negotiations to buy you time to extract the scientists through more proactive means. Okay, so this is some kind of multi-crossing, doubling back on things, but that's fine. This is the region where the Taurian facility is facility is located. There it is. Move up and occupy the facility, Commander. Once it's secure, get the rogue scientist into one of your mechs and head to the marked evac zone. Samar will be waiting for pickup.
Should have brought a coat.
Alright, so we're in a pretty decent situation here. That said though, that does look like a geothermal vent. What about over here? How's the terrain looking? You know what? It's not that bad. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to aim for the hills. We're going to sprint up as far as we can. We're going to try and ignore whatever the radiation zones are over there.
Coordinates received.
And we'll see what we can come up with.
Onward.
Alright, so let's go ahead and keep on moving. Let's move the Archer into cover. We'll put the Marauder up there too. The Crab, we'll keep a little bit further back, but still in cover, and you can go there.
Rolling.
Still kind of curious to see if we're going to get any reinforcements from over here, but I would be assuming we would have found where they were coming from if they were there.
Sensors have something.
Oh, and it looks like they were expecting us to go through the valley. Alright, a 55 and a 30-ton mech. Not too bad.
Roger.
Let's go ahead and get our crab into prime spotting position. Kintaro and a javelin. Okay, not too bad there. And let's get the Griffin also into cover.
Moving to position.
And let's see what they do. Alright, first things first, that javelin is trying to maintain distance, which I suppose is a fair tactic when you've only got some LRMs. And then,
Standing by.
well, you know what? Our Marauder is in prime position to shoot down from above, and that looks particularly
Moving out.
bad for them. Let's go ahead and make that thing no more.
All weapons are go.
Alright, so I can't quite oh, okay, we definitely did destroy it.
Spec destroyed.
Couldn't quite see through the trees. I guess our targeting computer has thermal vision or something of the like.
Waiting for orders.
Alrighty, so what's back there? A 50-ton mech as
Standing
well.
by.
Alright, let's get our crab as far forwards as possible. We'll see if we
Got
can
it.
spot anything else. Oh, and hang on a second. A blackjack. Okay. Surprising it managed to land as much damage as it did, but that's okay.
Reporting. Minimal damage.
We're pretty good in the armor front, so yeah, blackjack and a hunchback. Okay, well, you know what?
Good to go.
I think that hunchback might be our first priority, but we'll see what we can do. Is there any way we can get those SRMs online? It does not appear so. So let's just go ahead and stay as far back as possible, and we'll go... Oh, actually, you know what? Can we maybe pick up on the range there? 85%. Yeah, alright. So 85% is as good as we can ask. Let's go ahead and we'll move across.
Confirmed.
And we'll start laying on the fire. Alright, so I feel like we could have possibly done a little bit more damage, but that said, it looks like we just spread it out a little bit. That leg is looking quite weak, but that I am okay with. So, let's go ahead and see what we can do here. I'm thinking maybe jump jets. Oh, maybe not jump jets. Okay, not quite as far as I was expecting. Can we get that Narc beacon attached? We can against the blackjack, so I suppose we should. And then... I don't know, let's put those ER medium lasers on the hunchback. We may as well see if we can cause some trouble there. Alright, that'll be fine. Let's go.
Multi-attack is go.
Alright, and the blackjack. How does that fare? Looks like it's doing fairly well.
Let's go.
I was admittedly hoping with that ER medium laser to maybe take out that leg if we could get those in the same spot, but I guess that was a little bit too much to ask for. Yeah, but that said though, it is definitely looking a little softer.
Commander.
Alright, so what have we got left? We do have that archer, which we could happily go ahead and open fire with.
Standing by.
We do have our marauder, but the only thing we can really see right now is that blackjack.
Yes, Commander.
And our crab. Could go for a precision strike, but again, I'm not sure if it's
I live
really
to
what we
serve.
want right now. You know what? Let's go ahead and move our archer. Go ahead and shuffle on up, and let's continue the
Yes, I'm
barrage
there.
against that hunchback. If we can clip that leg, that would be phenomenal. Oh, wait a second, and before I forget, okay, we are slightly out of range for those SRMs.
Got it.
Alright, and he is still up and kicking, so here it goes. Wait, was that only a single shot? I don't know if that pilot's feeling too good there, because that was a questionable decision at the very least.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, well, either way, let us not confuse ourselves too much more. Let's just go with the You know what? Let's just eradicate that blackjack. We can go for a precision strike here. Worst comes to worst with the 60%. We miss and we clip the other guy instead, but
All weapons, fire.
either way, it's not going to be bad for us.
Critical hit, Commander.
Alright, so what have we got? He's still got a
Waiting
turn
for
left.
orders.
We've got our crab over here. Let's move our griffin on up. We'll go ahead and we'll send... we'll send everything we've got. Yeah, we can't quite get close enough to get those machine guns online. But it will be good enough, I suppose. So let's go ahead and jump. Let's target him with everything, and oh, you know what? That's more than enough. Let's maybe target. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go for a multi-target here. We're gonna go ahead and send the Narc beacon to the javelin, and then you as C will send. I don't know, maybe an SRM 6 or 2, and see what we can cause trouble with.
Confirmed.
And it looks like we absolutely missed the center torso, which sucks. Oh, whoopsie daisies. No, never mind. We got that narc attached. For a second then I thought I got that wrong. And of course I did not target the hunchback. Of course. Alright, well...
Orders?
Alright, Crab, can you please make up for my mistakes? That would be quite ideal. Let's go for that precision strike and knock him down.
Firing all weapons.
And, that is a lot of damage for a salvo.
Target's taking a critical hit.
So, that is a knockdown. That is a head and an injury to the pilot.
Hell, yeah.
We caught the blackjack. Okay, well... I think we're pretty well sorted
Light
at this
damage,
point.
Commander.
Yeah, he's not going to get any... he's not going to get much of a turn. He's already mostly cooked. That javelin's going to get annihilated by
How's it
our
going?
archer.
Yeah.
Let's go... You know what? We can open fire just from where we are, and you know what? I don't think we're going to get any better positions to shoot from. You know what? We may as well wiggle our way around. We're going to have to get up towards the objective anyway, so that'll be fine. We'll go for the headshot.
Roger.
And that is lethal damage.
Enemy down.
Excellent. Alright, well then,
Yes, boss.
let's bring our archer up.
Position confirmed.
Let's see about sending a lot of damage his way. Let's go for a precision strike too, just to maximize the damage. Let's go.
Firing. One less target.
Well, that certainly did the trick. That did very much work.
Heading out.
Alright, let's get our... Oh, our marauder can't actually make its way down there. Alright, that's fine. Go ahead and we'll work our way up there. Let's get you to the top of the
Position
hill.
confirmed.
Still had plenty of heat left on the Griffin. We could have gone ahead and vented our coolant if necessary, but we didn't.
Coordinates received.
And you know what? I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to just quickly prepare ourselves. Just on the off chance they drop in some reinforcements. That should be fine. Let's go ahead and we'll pick up with the archer.
Acknowledged.
Oh, and you're in the right position. Hold and force the scientist onto one of the mechs. Alright,
On the move.
let's see if they drop in any reinforcements. I'm thinking... Oh, and that is all. Okay, very good. That's a green light. Alright then, well, let's see exactly what we got paid. We'll have to, yeah, we'll have to see what is on the cards. So, we got 32,800 C-bills. I think that's twice as much as the last one. Not quite a kill everywhere, but again, working out well. And for our salvage, we can indeed pick up a decent chunk of mechage. Let's pick up a Kintaro. Let's go for part of a hunchback. And we'll see what we can roll. Alright, so we did in fact get a second part of the hunchback, so that is 2 full mechs in one mission, a whole bunch of weapons, and that'll do. Unfortunately, we didn't quite squeak out the javelin there. If we had got that, that would have been particularly nice, just for 3 full mechs in a single, 3 mechs finished in a single mission. But, you know, alas and alack, sometimes that just is what it is. I'm certainly not sad with what we're taking home. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I think what we're going to do is just double check that everyone's all good, and then I don't think there's going to be too much else. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll put those in storage. We'll sell them off and make some decent money. And let's just double check one more time. Cosmo, how are you doing?
Let's do this.
Oh, close but no cigar. Just 600, well, only what, 530 XP off our next bonus. So either way, that is where we're going to finish for today. We'll come back with the next couple of missions, and we will see what trouble we can get up to. So if you do want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan signing out.